Good morning, everybody. Today is Sunday, August 25th. Had a recap from yesterday. We went 3-2, 3-1 in Major League Baseball. A 14-game streak ended, but hey, 3-2, still a winning day. We lost our NCAA football play. SMU just didn't show up against Nevada. Took him too lightly. Picked off the first play of the game. Totally undisciplined team. They dominated the fourth quarter. They came back from 11 down to win the game, 29-24. But we had SMU minus the points, and it didn't cover, even though they won the game. This is a team that if they expect to be a top 15 team like people are predicting, the experts, they're not going to survive the ACC with the type of undisciplined play, duggish play, whatever you want to call it, spitting in a guy's face. I mean, it's one of the top receivers. They got to get their act together. Even though they beat a bad Nevada team, made Nevada look good until the fourth quarter, and then they turned on the Jets and won by 5. Other than that, it's early. Like I said, 3-2 yesterday. 3-2 yesterday. As you see here, 3-2 yesterday. We were on our picks. This is what's been the last week, 2 weeks, month. We've been up there with everybody, all the cappers that get monitored. Like I tell everybody, if you're going to use a service, make sure they're monitored. If they're not getting their plays monitored, there's a reason why, guys. There's a reason why. But as you see, there's a ton of great cappers out there. But I would do your research. See, go and book that service that gets their plays monitored. They have nothing to hide. Those guys who claim they're 80% all the time, they're full of crap. Excuse my French, but it's true. There's some really good guys out there that do a lot of good research for you guys. But remember, like I always say, do your research first before you go see what they gave out to you. Because if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. Like I said, some of them are really expensive, some are not. Like I said, us $99 a month. That's for every sport total. Comes out to $3 a day. Just to give you confidence to see what you liked and what we like. It's worth $3 a day, guys. But I know how a lot of us gamblers used to be. We don't want to pay anybody for anything. But as I learned over the years, 2 heads are better than 1. So with that said, there's another monitoring service that monitors our picks. The last 10 days have been really hot. And this is what we have in the Major League Baseball going on today. If you get a chance, go down to YouTube and X and subscribe for us. We really appreciate it. Like I said down below, $99 a month, risk-free. What we mean by that, if we're not positive at the end of the month, you get the next month totally free. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. We're here for us to make some money. Because we do the same thing. We do our day trading, but we want all our clients to be profitable. $99 a month. We're not trying to rip people off. It's more of, hey, let's see what we can do. As you see here, the games today in the MLB, the stars are the games we're looking at. We haven't posted them up yet. They'll probably be up at 11:45 Eastern. We're still going through a couple of games. But the games with the stars we're looking at to see what we're going to do. As you see there, I'm going to go ahead and switch something here real quick, which I don't have, which is not good. As far as the games on the docket today, you see the spreads there. Washington, Phillies, right now, not Washington Braves. Braves have favored at 185. That's a play for us today. So we're not going to talk about that game. We got Cincinnati. They still haven't put up their pitcher yet. As far as the series goes here, I'm just flipping through stuff here, guys. The Pirates lead 2-1 in this series. Been 2 blowouts by both teams, blew out, and the other one was a tight game. Neither team I feel is going to the playoffs. So this game, we're not even touching. We don't see any value in it for us or for our members. So we're just passing it. Next game, you got the Angels and the Blue Jays. Here's another game that we have. I mean, you got Gosman and two decent pitchers. Anderson's not going to break any glass with how he throws, but he keeps everybody off balance. We don't like this game at all. It's like, what do these teams have to play for? Blue Jays are 10.5 back, and the Angels 18.5 back. That's for the wild card. The Angels are 2-8 in the last 10. While Toronto, they're 6-4. Like I said, we don't really like it, but if you're going to lean towards Toronto. But I understand that slow stuff can give you fits, but they said we have no play on it. But if you're gonna, I would lean towards Toronto on that. You got Arizona versus Boston. Boston still has a lot to play for. So does Arizona. Arizona's leading the top wild card. Boston is hanging around there 4.5 behind the last spot. This game, we couldn't, they got the Red Sox favored, but we couldn't really pinpoint what we like here. Arizona can put up runs, so can Boston. Merrill Kelly back from injury. He's pitched decent. Hawk has really started off great this year, and he's gone down a lot. But we have nothing on that. And you see Colorado Yankees, Chicago, and the Marlins. Those are plays that we're thinking about. They'll be up at 11:45 for our members. Same thing with Tampa Bay. The Dodgers are later, and Milwaukee and Oakland are later today. Again, you get Texas, got Cleveland. This is a big game for Cleveland. The Rangers are pretty much, you can stick a fork in them. They're at 12.5 to 5 in the last 10. Cleveland, they had a offensive outburst yesterday. Noel, he's got some power. He's got judging in power. He's going to be good, that youngster. He gives them that pop they need. They're in first. I think they're 2 or 3 games ahead of Minnesota and KC. So it's a big game. They got to win this. Boyd has pitched well and has come back from Tommy John. Pitched well against the Yankees, even though the Yankees were able to scrape it out. Although that's the game the Yankees blew in extra innings. But he pitched well. Corey Bradford, I don't know about him either. This is a game we don't like. I wouldn't touch it with my investments, but you gotta lean towards Cleveland. I would believe if you're gonna do anything. We don't have anything on it. In the next game, you got the Tigers. Why? The Tigers are playing tough. They got a lot of youngsters out there. They're battling. Brisky, an opener, so you don't know what you're going to get. This might be the bullpen that they always throw out 5 or 6 pitches for the Tigers today. White Sox, we all know they're miserable. Cannon's actually not a bad pitcher. Check the lineup to see what the Tigers have going in their lineup today, because it might be worth a play on it. I doubt at 11:20 they're going to have. Well, they do have it out, the lineups, and wow, I don't know. White Sox don't even have anybody in pretty much any. Roberts sitting out, and for Detroit's got Meadows, Green, Carpenter, Keith, Young. They got a lot of youngsters in there, but this is their team for the future. For a minus 45 on the money line, we're staying away from it because we just don't know. White Sox got to win every once in a while, but we would lean towards the Tigers here. Tigers are just all the youngsters there. They have a lot to play for. So if you want to play it, lean towards the Tigers, but we didn't like it. Like I said, the stars you see, those are the games where almost final with. Some were final with. They'll be up on the site at 11:45, like we said. Let's go over to the Phillies and the Royals. Colby Allard. What is it? It's the Phillies. We don't know what you're going to get from the Phillies lately, even though they did beat the Royals. Lugo has not been pitching well lately, even though he started off the year great. You don't know what you're going to get with the Phillies. I mean, you look at their lineup, though. You got to love their lineup, but they just sometimes don't show up. They don't score. The usual suspects are in. Same thing for the Royals. So this is a game. We can't even tell you which way, if we were going to play, where we're going to lean. It's that. Bobby Witt, 346, the only one standing in the way of Judge winning the Triple Crown, basically. But, Pascuanto, he stepped up, 267. He's hitting. Perez is Perez. Fermin, the catcher, young catcher, is pretty good. It's just we don't feel comfortable out this game, so we just pass it on it. St. Louis and the Twins. This game means a lot for the Twins. They got the youngster Matthews on the mound. Twins need to win. St. Louis got a mixture of young talent in there. We don't like this game at all. Just don't know. Like you said, they got St. Louis thought they had a chance to run for a wild card when they picked up Feedy. He hasn't really. He's pitched okay. You just don't know. Like I said, without the knowing anything about Matthews, I'm not touching it. That's up to you. And the Mets and the Padres. Mets took 2 out of 3 so far. Surprising because they stunk. They haven't been consistent after the All-Star break when they were making a run for. They're still sitting 2 behind the surprising Braves. Well, I don't know how the Braves will win it. To tell you the truth, with that lineup, they get a couple of guys back, but their pitching's been good. Let's just say their pitching's been good. The games they've won. We have a play on that, so we're not going to get it. But the Mets, like Lindor yesterday was amazing. I'm a Yankee fan, but Lindor is my favorite Met. He comes out and he plays. You got Quintana. You got 2 lefties that are average. If you want to call Perez average, to me, he's below average. You see the line. It's basically a toss-up. Even the odds makers don't have a clue on this one. They don't know if San Diego's going to come today. They're home. They should beat the Mets, but the Mets are playing to catch the Padres for that wild card. So it's a big game out there. We don't like it. We're staying away from it. Then you got San Francisco and Seattle. The who care game. That's what it is. Who care? Brandon Wu versus Robbie Ray. 2 good pitches. Robbie Ray's coming back from the Tommy John. He's pitched some good games. Gets a little wild sometimes, but who cares about that game? They're both out of it. They're not making it. As you know, Seattle fired their manager. Got to blame somebody for just, you don't blow 10 games in a month, which they did. Now they're like 6 games back of Houston. It's going to be another season there in Seattle where they don't make the playoffs. And then tonight, I guess on the ESPN game, Houston, who blew the game yesterday, Jackson Holiday, 0 for his last 20-something. They sit him on the bench. They pitch hit him with the bases loaded with 2 outs, and everybody's shaking their head, right? And he lines a double in the gap, 3-run score. And everybody forgets he's batting 170 and 0 for his 25 because he bases clearing double to win the game for the Orioles. Orioles, go figure. Still, they're half a game back now. Them and the Yankees. Neither team could really consistently put a winning streak together lately, even though the Yankees have come back to life, but they ain't even pitching like yesterday when they had Warren on the mound. He's not ready for the major league yet. 3 starts for the Yankees, totally got ripped. He pitched against a youngster out of Colorado that I coached again against my son and Bradley Blaylock, 23-year-old kid. Looked good. He looked good. He kept the Yankees lineup in check, kept Judge and Soto in check, and it was good. But he's playing in Colorado, so we'll see what he does in Colorado when he pitches out there, because all those pitches go there to die. So that's basically what we have today in the major leagues. I said, for our clients, 11:45, they should be up there. I'm going to get off here in a couple of minutes. This week, college football back up on Thursday, so we'll have some picks on that. Baseball all week, of course. It's going to get more and more intense with the college season ramping up, pro season about to ramp up, and the Major League Baseball winding down. So, like I said, go to our website. You see at the bottom, $99 a month, all sports, not for major leagues, not for college basketball, football. It's everything. When we play, you get the picks up in our private area. And it's guaranteed, guys. What I mean by guarantee, if we don't have a positive month, you get the next month free. Like I said, knock on wood, we haven't had a losing month. Everybody knows you've been handicapping long enough. You've been day trading, as I call this, long enough. It happens. But, you know, we honor what we do. Like I said, we have all our picks monitored. I'd be wary if anybody uses a service that doesn't have their picks monitored, because they're hiding something. Whether they give your friend one pick and you another pick, who knows? You know, we're as honest as they come by. You know, we go into streaks like we all have. We're really hot over the last 2 weeks after we had that one bad week where we lost. I think we were like 16 and 18, so we lost money, you figure, with the juice and everything. But the last 2 weeks have been incredible. We had 20-2 streak, 14 in a row till yesterday, and we went 3-2 yesterday, which was we won money. So with that said, guys, just if you have any other questions and stuff, we'll be back. I don't know if we'll be back tomorrow. It's going to be short ones like this. Usually on Saturdays, it'll be a longer one. But I'll try to get up on Thursday, depending on the time the college football games start, to do a little talking about it. But other than that, the picks will be up there for our clients still. That won't be delayed. The live streams are going to be less than, we're probably not going to do it every day like we were doing up to like a couple of weeks ago. But with that said, guys, be smart. Bet with your head, not over it. And don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Like I said, have a plan. Bankroll it. Well, if you don't use a service, there's plenty. Like I said, if you do, make sure they're monitored. And if you're with a guy who's doing good, stick with him, because it's hard to handicap. 53%, like I said, is going to win you money. And everybody says 53%, that stinks. Yeah, that's how most gamblers think. 53% stinks because they expect to win all the time. It doesn't happen. You get a guy who goes on a run with them. Because when they get into that stretches where they hit 80% for a week or two, whew, you make a fortune. But you said, stick with the same amount. Don't go up and down, because that's how your bankroll kind of gets screwy. If you put more money in that game, loses, the guy could go 8-1 for you, but you put a whole bunch load in like one game that lost, you're down. Stick with the same amount. Think of it as like the stock market. Like I would tell everybody, it's day trading. Stick with this. Stick with the plan. Don't chase. You lose a game a day, who cares? You're gonna come back the next day. How many plays your guy gives you, or what you do. Remember, but research. Even if you're using a service, research your plays, have your picks that you like, then go up to their site and see what they're giving out. And if it matches, you should feel confident putting your money on. It's just because you're using a service doesn't mean you have to listen to them all the time, because they do lose. We all lose eventually. I mean, just be smart about it. We'll be back maybe tomorrow. If not, definitely Thursday. So with that said, guys, have a good day. And I got to get this stuff on the website for the members.